Hold on a second. Stop what you're doing. Look me in the eyes, virtually speaking. Because what you're about to hear, what you're about to discover, isn't just another motivational platitude. This isn't your everyday, think positive and get rich, fluff. No, this is a maximum alert. This is a bombshell. This is the kind of revelation that, once heard, cannot be unheard. And it has the power, the raw, unadulterated power, to fundamentally, dramatically, and almost instantaneously reshape your financial reality. Yes, I said it. 24 hours, you might be skeptical. You might be thinking, here we go again, another clickbait title promising the moon. And I get it. The internet is flooded with noise, with empty promises, with gurus selling snake oil. But I'm not selling you anything today, except for a profound, undeniable truth. A truth unearthed by one of the greatest minds to ever dissect the anatomy of success, Napoleon Hill. For decades, his work, his insights, have transformed millions of lives, pulled people from the brink of despair into the realm of limitless prosperity. But there's one specific quote, one incredibly potent sentence, often overlooked, often dismissed, that acts as the ultimate accelerant. It's the master key that unlocks doors you didn't even know existed. Are you tired of feeling stuck? Are you sick of watching others succeed while you struggle? Are you desperate for a breakthrough, a genuine shift that doesn't require years of grinding, sacrificing, and hoping? Then you are in the right place, at the right time. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal this game-changing quote. But more than that, I'm going to break down exactly how it works, why it's so incredibly powerful, and most importantly, how you can apply it, starting today, to see tangible financial shifts within the next 24 hours. This isn't theory, this is a blueprint for immediate impact. Get ready, because your financial future is about to get a wake-up call. A very, very loud one. Welcome back. If you're still here, it means you felt that undeniable pull, that deep-seated desire for something more, something different, something better in your financial life. And believe me, I understand that feeling intimately. For too long, we've been conditioned to believe that financial success is a complex equation, a labyrinth of market trends, investment strategies, economic indicators, and sheer, dumb luck. We're told it's about privilege, about connections, about being born into the right family or having the right degree. We chase the latest fad, the newest stock tip, the get-rich-quick scheme that inevitably leaves us emptier than when we started. We work harder, longer hours, burn ourselves out, only to find ourselves running in place, caught in a relentless cycle of earning, spending, and worrying. The bills pile up, the debt mounts, and the dream of true financial freedom seems to recede further and further into the horizon, becoming nothing more than a faint mirage. But what if I told you that this entire paradigm, this entire way of thinking about wealth, is fundamentally flawed? What if the real obstacle isn't out there, in the economy, in the job market, or in your bank account? What if the invisible chains binding your financial potential are actually forged right here, in the most powerful and often misunderstood tool you possess, your own mind? This isn't some airy-fairy, new age concept. This is the bedrock principle upon which all true wealth is built, a principle meticulously dissected and proven by the legendary Napoleon Hill over decades of rigorous study. Hill, as many of you know, spent over 20 years interviewing the most successful people of his time: Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, and hundreds more. He wasn't looking for their investment strategies, or their business models, or their market timing secrets. He was looking for something far deeper, something universal, something that transcended industries and economic climates. He was looking for the common denominator of success. And what he found was revolutionary, simple yet profound, and often contrarian to everything we're taught. He discovered that the overwhelming majority of people are held back not by external circumstances, but by internal limitations, by a fundamental misunderstanding of how their own minds work, and more crucially, how their minds interact with the world around them to create their reality. Think about it. We are bombarded daily with messages that reinforce scarcity. There's not enough. It's too hard. You need to save every penny. Debt is inevitable. We internalize these messages, often unconsciously. They become the background music of our lives, shaping our beliefs about money, about our worth, about what's possible for us. These beliefs then manifest as actions, or rather, inactions. We hesitate to take risks, we shy away from opportunities, we avoid conversations about money, we procrastinate on financial planning. We operate from a place of fear and lack, and the universe, in its infinite wisdom, reflects that back to us. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy of limitation. Napoleon Hill observed this pattern with chilling clarity. He saw brilliant, hard-working individuals trapped in mediocrity, not because they lacked talent or effort, but because their mindset was fundamentally misaligned with their aspirations. They held on to beliefs of poverty, even if they consciously desired wealth. They focused on what they didn't have, rather than what they could create. They allowed doubt, fear, and procrastination to become their dominant thoughts, and these thoughts, as powerful as any physical action, manifested as their reality. Consider the analogy of a thermostat. Your mind, your subconscious particularly, acts like a thermostat for your financial life. If your internal thermostat is set to, say, $50,000 a year, no matter how many opportunities come your way, no matter how hard you work, your subconscious will subtly, but powerfully, steer you back to that comfort zone. You might get a raise, but then unexpected expenses pop up. You might win some money, but then something breaks down. It's not bad luck, it's your internal programming maintaining its equilibrium. It's not about what you want to earn, it's about what you believe you are truly capable of earning and, more importantly, deserving of earning. Hill understood that this internal programming was the real battleground. He realized that before you can accumulate wealth in the physical world, you must first accumulate it in your mind. You must cultivate a wealth consciousness, a dominant belief system that aligns with your financial aspirations. This isn't just positive thinking, it's a profound, unwavering conviction that success is not only possible but inevitable for you, given the right mental approach. It's about developing an absolute, unshakable faith in your own ability to attract and create the financial reality you desire. This is where the power of the specific quote I'm about to reveal comes into play. Because while Hill's entire philosophy is a masterpiece, this particular sentence acts as a catalyst, a potent trigger for rewiring that internal financial thermostat. It's the immediate action step, the mental lever you can pull, that begins to dismantle those invisible chains. It forces your mind to confront its limiting beliefs and opens it up to possibilities it previously dismissed. It's the beginning of a rapid, profound shift. So, as we prepare to dive into this game-changing quote in our next section, I want you to truly reflect on your own financial journey so far. Be honest with yourself. Are there hidden beliefs, unspoken fears, or underlying assumptions about money that are holding you back? Are you constantly focusing on what you lack, rather than what you can create? Have you unconsciously set a limit on your own earning potential? Because until you acknowledge these invisible chains, you can't break them. And Napoleon Hill's ultimate wisdom lies in providing us with the exact tool to do just that, to sever those ties and unleash the financial abundance that has always been waiting for you. Alright, you're ready. You've acknowledged the invisible chains, the mental barriers that have been holding your finances captive. You understand that true wealth begins not in the marketplace, but within the boundless expanse of your own mind. Now, it's time to unleash the catalyst. It's time to reveal the core of this maximum alert, the specific, potent statement from Napoleon Hill that has the power to initiate a dramatic shift in your financial reality within an astonishing 24 hours. This isn't magic, but it feels like it. It's the application of a universal law, a principle so fundamental that once you grasp it, once you truly internalize it, your perspective, and your potential, will be irrevocably altered. So, lean in. Get ready, because here it is. The quote that can ignite your financial transformation. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Read it again. Let it sink in. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. At first glance, it might seem deceptively simple, almost too obvious. You might say, oh, I've heard that before. But have you truly understood it? Have you truly applied it with the laser-like focus and unwavering belief that Hill himself prescribed? I'm here to tell you that the profound power of this quote lies in its absolute simplicity and its demanding specificity. It's not just about conceiving, it's about believing. And it's the bridge between conception and belief that holds the key to the 24-hour shift. Let's dissect this. Whatever the mind of man can conceive. This first part speaks to your imagination, your ability to dream, to visualize. Most people are very good at this part. We can dream of owning a mansion, of having a six-figure income, of traveling the world. We can imagine ourselves debt-free, financially independent. But here's where the majority stumble, where the dreams remain just dreams, and believe. This is the crucial, often neglected, and most challenging part. It's not enough to merely wish for something, or to think about it vaguely. You must truly, deeply, unequivocally believe that it is possible for you, that you are worthy of it, and that you have the capacity to achieve it, and this belief isn't intellectual assent. It's not just saying, yes, I believe it's possible. It's a deep, gut-level conviction that permeates every fiber of your being. It's the kind of belief that moves mountains, the kind of belief that compels action, the kind of belief that transforms desire into reality. And how do you cultivate this level of belief, especially when your current financial reality might contradict your deepest desires? This is where the 24-hour ignition comes in. The immediate power of this quote isn't just in understanding it, it's in activating it. And you activate it by doing something radical. You choose, definitively and without reservation, to conceive and believe in a specific, tangible financial shift that you want to see manifest within 24 hours. Now, before you scoff, hear me out. I'm not asking you to believe you'll become a millionaire overnight, unless you truly, deeply, unequivocally believe that's possible for you right now, which for most, it isn't. But I am asking you to identify a specific, measurable financial outcome that, while challenging, feels just within the realm of your belief. Let's use an example. Perhaps you've been stressing about a bill that's due tomorrow, say $500. You've exhausted all your usual avenues, and you feel stuck. The common response is panic, worry, focusing on the lack. But applying Hill's quote in a 24-hour context means this: you must conceive of receiving that $500, and then you must believe, with every fiber of your being, that it is coming to you within 24 hours. How do you build that belief? It starts with the absolute conviction that your mind is powerful enough to attract it. You stop focusing on the how, the current absence of the money, and you start focusing on the what, the absolute certainty of its arrival. You visualize it. You feel the relief. You act as if it's already done. You don't just hope. You know. Another example. Maybe you've been waiting for a payment, a client to approve a proposal, or a specific financial opportunity to materialize. It's been dragging. For the next 24 hours, you apply Hill's principle. You conceive of that payment being approved, that opportunity being secured, that exact amount of money hitting your account. And then, you cultivate an unwavering belief in its imminent arrival. You act from a place of certainty. You remove all doubt. You remove all maybe and what if. You transform it into a definitely and it is so. This isn't about magical thinking, it's about shifting your dominant thought vibration. Your mind, when focused with absolute belief on a specific outcome, begins to align itself with that outcome. It starts to perceive opportunities it previously overlooked. It prompts you to take actions, however small, that you wouldn't have considered before. It influences your conversations, your energy, your very presence, which in turn influences the external world. You become a magnet for what you truly believe. The reason this can manifest within 24 hours for smaller, specific goals is because it requires a singular, unadulterated focus of belief. There's no time for doubt to creep in, no room for old patterns of scarcity to reassert themselves. It's an intense, concentrated act of mental creation. You are telling your subconscious, unequivocally, what you expect. And your subconscious, the incredible powerhouse that controls 95% of your reality, begins to orchestrate circumstances to deliver. Now, I can already hear the skeptics. But what if it doesn't work? That question, my friends, is precisely where the belief part of the quote gets tested. If, at any point, doubt creeps in, if you start to focus on the what if it doesn't, then you're actively canceling out the belief. This isn't about trying, it's about knowing. It's about committing to that belief for a solid 24 hours, without wavering. So, here's your immediate assignment before we move to the next section. Identify one specific, tangible financial outcome you want to see within the next 24 hours. Something that feels like a stretch, but not entirely impossible, if you truly believe. Maybe it's a specific amount of money you need for a bill, a positive response from a potential client, an unexpected financial opportunity, or clarity on a financial decision. Write it down. Visualize it. And for the next few moments, as we transition, begin to cultivate that unwavering, absolute belief that it is already done, that it is coming. This is the ignition, and its power is waiting for you to unleash it. Alright, if you've chosen your specific financial outcome, if you've begun to cultivate that unwavering belief for the next 24 hours, congratulations. You've already taken the most crucial step. Now, let's pull back the curtain and explore how this seemingly miraculous process works. This isn't magic in the hocus-pocus sense, it's the profound application of universal principles, meticulously observed and codified by Napoleon Hill. It's the mechanics of manifestation, the operational blueprint for turning pure thought into tangible financial results, especially when applied with concentrated intensity over a short period. Think of your mind, particularly your subconscious mind, as an incredibly powerful, hyper-efficient supercomputer. It doesn't analyze good or bad, it simply executes the instructions you feed it, primarily through your dominant thoughts and beliefs. When your dominant thought is one of lack, fear, or impossibility regarding money, your subconscious diligently works to create circumstances that reflect that lack. It blinds you to opportunities, reinforces negative self-talk, and even subtly influences your actions to ensure you stay within your perceived financial limitations. It's like searching for a specific file on your computer. If you tell it to look for a document labeled failure, it will find every instance of failure, even if success documents are abundant. However, when you impress upon your subconscious, with absolute conviction, a specific financial outcome, like receiving that $500 or getting that client approval, you are essentially giving it a new, urgent, and non-negotiable directive. And the subconscious, being the obedient servant that it is, immediately goes to work to fulfill that directive. But how does it do this, especially in just 24 hours? Let's break down the three primary ways your mind orchestrates financial opportunity. 1. The reticular activating system (RAS), and enhanced perception. Your brain has a filter called the reticular activating system, or RAS. This is why when you decide to buy a specific car, you suddenly start seeing that car everywhere. It was always there, but your RAS wasn't filtering for it. When you intensely focus and believe in a specific financial outcome, your RAS kicks into overdrive. It begins to filter your environment, your conversations, your emails, your social media feeds, for anything that aligns with your specific financial goal. Consider John, a budding entrepreneur who desperately needed to close a $1,000 deal within 24 hours to cover an unexpected expense. He had sent out proposals, but nothing was firm. Instead of panicking, he intensely applied Hill's principle. He conceived and believed that the $1,000 was coming. He stopped focusing on the how and focused on the what. As he went about his day, his RAS became supercharged. He happened to overhear a conversation at a coffee shop about a small business looking for exactly the service he offered. Normally, he might have tuned it out, but his RAS flagged it. He politely introduced himself, explained his services succinctly, and within a few hours, secured a small, urgent project that paid $1,200. It wasn't luck, it was enhanced perception guided by unwavering belief. His mind, pre-programmed with the firm belief in the $1,000, actively sought out and recognized the opportunity that was always present but previously invisible to his uncalibrated focus. 2. Intuition and inspired action. When your subconscious is given a clear, believed-in directive, it often communicates back to your conscious mind through intuition, hunches, or sudden flashes of inspiration. These aren't random thoughts. They are often direct guidance on the next step you need to take. This is where inspired action comes from. It's not about forcing things, it's about being receptive to the subtle nudges your intuition provides. Think of Mary, who needed to find $750 for an emergency repair. She used Hill's quote, fully believing the money would appear. As she sat, contemplating, a fleeting thought popped into her head: check the old email folder for that client who paid late last year. It was a vague memory, but she followed the hunch. Digging through archives, she found an old invoice she had completely forgotten about, for exactly $750, marked paid, check sent. The check had gotten lost in the mail or overlooked. She called the client, who immediately verified and reissued the payment. Her conscious mind might have never thought to check that obscure folder, but her intuitive subconscious, driven by her belief, guided her to the precise action needed. Point 3. Energy, influence, and the law of attraction. Beyond the superficial, this is where it gets less tangible but no less powerful. When you operate from a place of absolute belief and certainty, your entire energetic vibration changes. You exude confidence, decisiveness, and an expectation of success. This subtle shift in your personal energy has a profound impact on how others perceive you and interact with you. It's the law of attraction, in its truest, most practical sense, not just wishing, but becoming a vibrational match for what you desire. Consider David, a salesman who had been struggling to close a major deal worth $2,500. He was feeling desperate and anxious, which subtly communicated itself to potential clients. After internalizing Hill's quote and truly believing that the deal was already done within 24 hours, his entire demeanor changed. He walked into his next meeting not with desperation, but with calm assurance. His questions were more direct, his solutions more confident. He wasn't trying to sell, he was simply presenting an inevitable outcome. The client, sensing this shift in energy, felt a greater sense of trust and security. The deal closed within hours. David's change in internal belief manifested as a change in his external presence, which directly influenced the outcome. These are not isolated incidents, they are consistent patterns observed when individuals apply Hill's principles with absolute faith and persistence. The 24-hour window forces this intensity, this singular focus, minimizing the opportunity for doubt to derail your efforts. It's about creating a powerful, concentrated mental signal that your subconscious immediately picks up and translates into action, perception, and influence. So, as you continue to hold that specific financial outcome in your mind, remember these mechanics. Trust that your mind is already working. Your RAS is scanning, your intuition is guiding, and your energy is shifting to attract that financial opportunity. The key is to maintain that belief, to guard it fiercely against doubt, and to be ready to act on the inspired nudges that will inevitably come. The financial shift is not just possible, it is, in fact, already being orchestrated by the most powerful computer in the known universe, your own mind. You've grasped the power of Napoleon Hill's ultimate quote. You understand how your mind, when activated with absolute belief, can orchestrate financial opportunities. Now, it's time for the crucial step, the 24-hour blueprint. This is your practical, step-by-step guide to applying this principle right now, to activate that belief, and to prime your mind for immediate financial results. Remember, this isn't about hoping, it's about doing. It's about taking concrete mental and physical actions that align with your desired financial outcome. This blueprint is designed for intensity and immediate impact. It's about creating a powerful, undeniable signal to your subconscious, leaving no room for hesitation or doubt. Follow these steps meticulously for the next 24 hours, and you will be astonished by what begins to unfold. Step 1. Crystallize your exact financial goal. The conceive part, 5 minutes. Before you do anything else, you must be absolutely, unequivocally clear about the specific financial outcome you desire. Vague desires lead to vague results. Do not say, "I want more money." Instead, specify the exact amount, the exact purpose, and even the exact time frame if possible. Example: I will receive an unexpected payment of 1,500 Brazilian reals by tomorrow evening to cover my overdue utility bills. Using BRL as per current location, Brazil, example: I will close the deal with client X, resulting in 2,000 Brazilian reals revenue for my business, within the next 18 hours. Example: I will find a solution to generate 800 Brazilian reals immediately to handle this urgent medical expense. Write it down. Say it out loud. Make it so specific that there is zero ambiguity. This is your target. Step 2. Command your subconscious. The believe part, ongoing for 24 hours. This is the core of Hill's teaching. Once you have your specific goal, you must imprint it onto your subconscious with unwavering belief. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's a deep, emotional conviction, intense visualization. Close your eyes. See yourself already possessing that money, having closed that deal, having solved that problem. Engage all your senses. Feel the relief, the joy, the peace of mind. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What would you do with it? Visualize it as if it's already a done deal. Do this for 5 to 10 minutes, multiple times throughout the 24 hours, affirmation with feeling. Repeat your crystallized goal as a powerful affirmation. I am so grateful to have received 1,500 Brazilian reals. It is here now. I am now closing the 2,000 Brazilian reals deal with client X with ease. But don't just say the words, feel the truth of them. Infuse them with emotion, with gratitude, with absolute certainty. Say it upon waking, before sleeping, and whenever you feel doubt creeping in. Act as if. This is crucial. For the next 24 hours, mentally operate from the assumption that the money is already on its way, or the solution is already manifest. How would you walk? How would you talk? How would you interact with others if you knew with absolute certainty that your financial goal was met? This, acting as if, sends a powerful signal to your subconscious and to the universe. Step 3. Eliminate all doubt. The mental detox, immediate and continuous. This is the hardest but most vital step. For 24 hours, you must act as if doubt does not exist. Every time a negative thought about your goal creeps in, what if it doesn't work? This is impossible. Immediately counteract it. Thought interruption. When a negative thought arises, literally say, stop, to yourself. Then, immediately replace it with your affirmation or visualization. Do not entertain the negative thought for even a second. Avoid negative influences. For 24 hours, consciously avoid news that stresses you out about finances, conversations with pessimistic people, or anything that feeds a scarcity mindset. Guard your mental space fiercely. You are performing a mental operation. Keep the environment sterile, trust the process, understand that the how is not your concern. Your job is to conceive and believe. The universe, through your subconscious, will handle the logistics. Trust that the path of least resistance will be revealed. Step 4. Take inspired action. Be ready to receive. Throughout 24 hours, while your mind is doing the heavy lifting, your conscious self must be ready to act on inspired nudges. As we discussed, your intuition will be heightened. Be receptive. Pay attention to sudden ideas, urges, or opportunities that pop into your head. That vague memory of an old contact, that feeling you should check your email for a specific sender, that sudden thought to call someone. These are your subconscious communicating with you. Act promptly. Don't procrastinate on these inspired actions. Even if they seem small or illogical, follow them immediately. The universe often works through these seemingly coincidental events. Review your resources. Quickly assess what you do have. Not what you lack, but what resources, skills, connections, existing assets, information, could be leveraged. Sometimes, the solution is right in front of you, but you needed the activated mindset to see it. Step 5. Practice gratitude. Reinforce the abundance. Continuous. Gratitude is the highest form of receiving. It confirms to your subconscious that you already have, or are in the process of receiving. Prepave with gratitude. Even before you receive your specific financial goal, feel grateful for it as if it has already arrived. Thank you for the 1,500 Brazilian reals that is now in my account. Appreciate small wins. During the 24 hours, notice any small signs of financial improvement or opportunity, no matter how minor. Did a friend mention a potential gig? Did you find a 50 Brazilian reals bill on the street? Acknowledge these as signals that the universe is responding. This reinforces your belief. This 24-hour blueprint is a high-intensity protocol. It requires your full focus, your unwavering commitment to belief, and your readiness to act. It's not about complex strategies. It's about pure, concentrated mental power. The financial world often tells us it's all about external factors, but Napoleon Hill showed us, definitively, that the internal game is the one that truly counts. Apply these steps for the next 24 hours, and prepare to witness the astonishing power of your own mind to attract immediate financial solutions. The clock is ticking, and your potential is limitless. Let's make it happen. You've initiated the 24-hour financial shift. You've harnessed the incredible power of Napoleon Hill's core principle, applied the blueprint, and potentially, you've already begun to see tangible results. Perhaps that unexpected payment came in, or that crucial deal was closed, or a new opportunity revealed itself. Whatever the outcome, you've experienced, firsthand, the undeniable connection between your concentrated belief and your financial reality. But what happens after the 24 hours? Is this a one-time magic trick that fades with the sunrise? Absolutely not. While the 24-hour period serves as a powerful ignition, an intense burst to prove the concept and create immediate momentum, the true, lasting power of Napoleon Hill's philosophy lies in its continuous application. Financial freedom isn't a destination, it's a journey, a mindset, and a consistent practice. The principles that brought you a quick win are the very same principles that will build you a fortress of lasting wealth. Think of it like starting a fire. The 24-hour intense focus is like using kindling and a strong flame to get the initial blaze going. Once the fire is roaring, you don't just walk away. You continue to feed it, to tend to it, to ensure it burns bright and strong. Similarly, the initial financial shift is your proof of concept. Now, it's about sustaining that momentum and integrating these principles into your daily financial consciousness. The transition from urgent need to consistent creation. The intensity of the 24-hour period is born out of an urgent need. While effective for immediate solutions, long-term wealth building requires a shift from reactive problem-solving to proactive creation. This means moving beyond focusing solely on immediate financial gaps and beginning to conceive and believe in larger, more expansive financial goals, not just for a specific bill, but for your overall financial life. This is where Hill's concept of definite purpose becomes paramount. What is your ultimate financial goal? Is it to be debt-free? To achieve a certain net worth? To fund your dream lifestyle? To create a legacy? Once you've experienced the 24-hour shift, your belief in your own capacity to achieve this larger purpose will be significantly amplified. You'll now have tangible proof of your mind's power, sustaining the belief. The long-term game, maintaining that unwavering belief, is the secret sauce for long-term success. It's a muscle that needs consistent exercise, daily recommitment. Start each day by reaffirming your larger financial goals with emotion and conviction. Spend 5 to 10 minutes visualizing your ideal financial future, feeling the joy and gratitude of already having achieved it. This sets your mental thermostat for the day. Affirmations and autosuggestion. Continuously feed your subconscious positive, wealth-affirming statements. This could be through writing them down, listening to recordings of your goals, or simply repeating them throughout your day. Hill emphasized the power of autosuggestion, speaking to yourself in a way that cultivates dominant positive thoughts. Guard your mental environment, just as you did during the 24-hour blueprint. Remain vigilant about the information you consume and the people you surround yourself with. Actively seek out inspiring content, success stories, and individuals who uplift your financial mindset. Detox from scarcity-based news and conversations. Continuous learning and growth. Hill's philosophy isn't static. It encourages constant self-improvement. Read books on finance, personal development, and the psychology of wealth. The more you expand your knowledge and skills, the more channels your subconscious has to deliver opportunities. Taking consistent, inspired action. The believe part of Hill's quote doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for money to fall from the sky. It means acting from a place of certainty and responding to the inspired nudges your intuition provides. Strategic planning. Once your mindset is aligned, develop a clear, practical plan for your larger financial goals. This is where you research investments, plan your business growth, or strategize debt repayment. Your belief provides the fuel, your plan provides the roadmap. Embrace calculated risks. With a heightened belief in your abilities, you'll find yourself more willing to step outside your comfort zone and seize opportunities that once seemed too daunting. This isn't recklessness, it's confidence in your capacity to overcome challenges. Perseverance through setbacks. There will be moments of doubt, moments when things don't go exactly as planned. This is where true belief is tested. Napoleon Hill taught that persistence is critical. If you truly believe in your ultimate financial purpose, you will find the inner strength to overcome obstacles, learn from setbacks, and continue moving forward. The ultimate payoff. Financial freedom as a state of mind. Ultimately, financial freedom isn't just about the number in your bank account, it's a state of mind. It's the inner peace that comes from knowing you have the power to create your financial reality, that you are not a victim of circumstance, but a master of your own destiny. It's the ability to live life on your own terms, to pursue your passions, and to contribute to the world in meaningful ways, unburdened by financial anxiety. The 24-hour shift was your first taste of this power. Use that experience as an anchor, a reminder that, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Continue to conceive, continue to believe. Continue to act with inspired determination. And watch as your financial life, not just for 24 hours, but for a lifetime, transforms beyond your wildest imagination. The journey has just begun, and the greatest riches await those who consistently apply these timeless principles. You have the key. Now, keep turning it. You've been given the key. You've witnessed the power. And most importantly, you've begun to understand that your financial destiny isn't some arbitrary roll of the dice. It's a direct reflection of what you are willing to conceive and believe. We started this journey with a maximum alert, a promise that one Napoleon Hill quote could change your finances in 24 hours. We unveiled that powerful truth: whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. We then pulled back the curtain on the mechanics of manifestation, showing you exactly how your mind orchestrates opportunities. And we armed you with the 24-hour blueprint, the practical steps to activate this immense power in your life, right now. Now, as we bring this to a close, understand this: the 24-hour shift was just the beginning. It was the undeniable proof that your mind is the most potent financial instrument you possess. Use that initial success, that spark of belief, to ignite a roaring fire of continuous financial creation. The world wants you to believe that wealth is scarce, that it's hard, that it's only for a chosen few. But Napoleon Hill, through decades of meticulous study, proved that abundance is a mindset, a state of being you cultivate. Your ability to attract money, to create opportunities, to live a life of true financial freedom, is already within you. It's waiting for you to unleash it, to believe in it without reservation, and to act on the inspired guidance you receive. So, go forth. Apply these principles consistently. Guard your mindset fiercely. Continue to conceive and believe in bigger, more expansive financial goals. The invisible chains have been broken. Your financial destiny is no longer dictated by circumstance, but by the power of your own thoughts. Are you ready to claim it?